In this video, we will study about the structures. Now, what is the structure and what is the need of this? When there is a need to club the different types of data types together, how we can club this? Or when we create some records, I have a practical example of this. When we need to make some records, okay, the records consist of names, address, roll number, okay, a date of birth, like that. So, how this different type of data we can club together. So, the concept to club all these different type of data together is called structure. So, we can do all these things in a structure. So, what is the structure then and how to create the structure? Let's begin. I am Dr. Shriyash Atri and these are the good engineering books from the S. Chand Publishing. Structures. Structure is a user defined data type and it is a collection of different type of data types which are grouped together. Understand this. User defined data types. What does it mean? As we have already seen that data types are of primitive and derived. Primitive data types are char, int, float, double, void. We have already done this. Derived data types are arrays, pointer, function. Pointer we are going to study in our upcoming lectures. Arrays and functions we have done. So these are the primitive and derived data type. Now can we make our own data types? Yes, we can make our own data type with the help of structures, with the help of enumeration, with the help of union. So right now we are focusing on the structure part. Okay, so structure is what? A user defined data type and it is a collection of different types of data type. Okay, see what is the array? Array is a collection of elements of similar type of data type. Okay, arrays can be of int type, array can be of float type, array can be of character type. But structure is what? It is a collection of different types of data types. Okay, and the element of the structure is called the members. This is the important concept, members. Okay, let's understand this. First, understand how to write what is the syntax of a structure. To derive a structure, we need the keyword struct. Okay, and then structure name. We need to give the structure name and then block of the structure will be there, and inside this block we have to declare different types of data types, and these types of data types are called the members of a structure. Okay, so this is our example how to create a structure. Struct student. So student is the name of a structure and this student is called a user defined data type. Now the student is a data type, okay, which is of structure type, and the member of the student is roll number. My roll number is of integer type, so that's why I said int roll number. My name is a string or a character, so that's why I defined the char type here. Okay, so roll number and name, these are the two members of the structure student. Okay, and this student is called a user defined data type, and primitive data types are int, char, float, and these are the unique data types, and this is a collection of different type of data types. Structure, see, this is int and this is char. Different types of data types are grouped together and in a user defined data type that is called student. So what is the concept of memory occupation here? So this is the memory occupation, int and char. Int takes 2 bytes and char is of 10, so it is 10. Okay, so it is taking 10 bytes. So now total bytes is 12. So this whole structure, this structure name is student. This student is having 12 bytes of memory. So initialization and accessing the members of a structure. First, we are declaring the structure student, int roll number and int name, which is of 15 bytes. Now inside the main, okay, I am declaring the variable of a structure student. See, what is the meaning of here variable declaration? As we said, the student is a data type, okay, like int, okay. Int is a primitive data type and student is a user defined data type. So if we need to make a variable, if I say x int, this x is of integer type, and if I say x, now this x is of student type, okay. So this x is a variable which is of student type. So struct student s1, I am taking the s1 here. So s1 is a variable of this structure data type, okay, and the name of the data type is student. So how we are assigning the values to this student? In the curly braces 10, this is roll number, and s dot Chand is a string, so this is the name, okay. So this is called the assignment of the values to the member of a structure student. Now how to print it? Roll number is %d and name of the student is %s because it is string type. Now understand the concept. To access the members, we need to use a variable. First of all, write s1 dot roll number, s1 dot roll number, okay, and then s1 dot name. So this process will print the value of this member. So s1 dot roll number is 10 and s1 dot name is s dot Chand. Got it? So this is called the initialization of the structure, and this is called the accessing the members of the structure. Point to be noted, when you need to access the members of the structure, the accessing is take place with the help of dot operator. S1 is the name of a variable, first variable name will be there, then dot operator will be there, and after that member number will be there, okay. S1 dot roll number and S1 dot name. Now here is another example. This was the previous example, how to initialize and access the members of the structure, okay. So this is the output of this one. Now this is the one way of initialization and accessing. Now another way is, if we want to give the values to the member of a structure from the user or at a runtime, how to give it? So struct student, we have initialized the members, and here we can say variable s1. Here we are declaring the variable s1. Point to be noted, in this particular structure definition, we are not declaring that variable. We are declaring the variable inside the main here, okay, in this particular way. And in this way, we are declaring the variable not inside the main, we are declaring the variable after the closing of the block of structure student, okay. We can do in this way or either in this way. Now enter the roll number of a student. From the scanf, we are entering the roll number of a student. So how to do that? Again, how to access the member? This roll number is a part of a variable s1. So ampersand s1 dot roll number, ampersand is used to give the address. So to give the address to s1 dot roll number, and then printf, enter the name of a student. Next line is name of a student is a string type. So %s, comma, again s1 dot name, okay. Then the next statement, we are now printing the value, or you can say here we have initialization and here we are accessing the values of the member of a structure. Roll number is this %d and the name of a student is %s, s1 dot roll number and s1 dot name, okay. So here the value will be whatever the value we will enter, that output will come like that. Enter the roll number of a student, that is 10. Enter the name of a student, S Chand, okay. This is this one, and this statement gives us this one, okay. Here we are doing the scanf, and finally this printf statement gives us this two output, okay. in roll number and student. So there are two ways of explaining the structure or defining the structure. One is this one, another is this one. I am again explaining the difference between this. Here we are declaring the variable inside the main, and here we are declaring the variable outside the main. Okay. Now there is another program to understand the concept of a structure. Now we need to find out the largest of the three numbers using the structures. Earlier we did without structure. Okay. Now we will do the same program using the structures. First of all, explaining the structure here. Struct number. Now number is of structure type. This number is what? A user defined data type which is having the members A, B, C, which is of integer type, and largest. There are 4 different variables and both the variables are of and all the 4 variables are of integer type. Okay. And large is a variable name of this structure, and this A, B, C and largest is the member of the structure. Now come inside the main, enter the 3 numbers, scanf. One by one we are scanning the 3 numbers A, B and C. How to scan it? Ampersand. First of all, variable name large.a, large.b and large.c. Okay. Now we are comparing the values. So what is the value you are taking here? See, we are entering the numbers 25, 65 and 35. So A is a 25, this is 65 and this is 35. Okay, we have scanned 25, 65 and 35. Now we are comparing one by one. Large dot A, that means 25 is greater than large dot B, 65, and large dot A, again 25 is greater than 35, that is large dot C. This condition is false. Okay. Then we move towards the else statement. 65 is greater than 25, condition is true, and 65 is greater than 35, yes, both the conditions are true. So it will go inside and it will print the largest number is B, that is large dot B, it will print 65, the largest number is 65. So this is the program to find out the largest number using the structures. So this was the end of introduction of the structures, in which we have studied that how to define the structure. There are 2 ways of the structures: to declare the structures, to define the variables of the structure, and we have understood with the help of a program as well. These are the good engineering books from the S. Chand Publishing. I hope you are liking the videos, so please do subscribe, like and
without the permission of the copyright holder.